some stuff which was trying to demonize Putin at one point, where they were saying, oh, he's built this with all of this corrupt money that he's stolen. He's building a new palace for himself or whatever. Isn't it terrible? But I think they've ended up having to step back on demonizing Putin. I don't think it worked to perhaps how they wanted it to.
Right.
So I think that's one of the main agendas, to all of the regimes that they really want to take control of, or regime change. It's helping with those. It's helping get the psi information into the person's mind about those regimes first, before they, you know what I mean? Rather than just using the mainstream media for that.
Right. The other thing which I just remembered was with the Amy Goodman interview, the one where he's in the embassy and she's in the studio. Right at the end of that interview, he starts to talk about the deep state, and he also mentions the military-industrial complex. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, was starting to get a bit more interesting. But mm-hmm. then that's the end of the interview, and he doesn't really get a chance to talk about that. Mm-hmm. So that, you know, again, I would have been interested to know what he was going to say about that, mm-hmm. and how he was going to spin it based on, you know, what we've been discussing in this program.
Mm-hmm. There was one other quote that I wanted to read from Daniel Estulin's book, and it's concerned with mind control. Yeah. So there's a CIA mind control specialist called Dr. Ewan Cameron, and we've spoken about him with Neil Sanders. And he is alleged to have quoted this, that he believed that every person is the ultimate arbiter of justice in their own conscience, right? And in one of Assange's interviews, he's alleged to have said, "We favour and uphold ethical behaviour in all circumstances. We do not believe in unquestioning obedience to authority in all circumstances. Every person is the ultimate arbiter of justice in their own conscience." Mm. So he quoted Ewan Cameron, the CIA mind control doctor, exactly in those words. That might not mean anything, but just...
It is unusual, isn't it? Yeah.
Is has he read Ewan Cameron's work, or if so, why? So I think we've covered enough for one session, Andrew, and we may well come back to this. I'm sure there'll be lots of feedback on this show. And remember, believe none of what you hear, including from Wikileaks, and only half of what you see. I'm Richard D. Hall. Good night.